Hello everyone, I am Hopey W, the coach of Cincinnati Bagons. Today I'm going to be going over my Week 1 match against Salami and the Paris Paratroopers. This is for Week 1 of the KPL Appetizer League, which is a league for those who are getting back into draft after a bit of a break from it. I just uploaded my draft recap a bit earlier. For those of you who want to see my team, obviously you can see it on the screen right now. However, I won't be going over all of the Mons and why I picked them or some thoughts on them. So you can watch that if you want that. However, right now I'm going to be going over Salami and both my thoughts building into the match, as well as going over the replay and talking about my thoughts during it. So Salami drafted a rain team and a very hard rain team. He drafted 3 of his 9 Mons require rain in Mega Swampert, Pelipper, and Ludicolo. So at this point, I knew he was bringing rain. I knew he was bringing some variation of it. Definitely bringing Pelipper. Zapdos has an incredible matchup against me. I have very few switch-ins to it. So I'm certain he's bringing offensive Zapdos. I'm pretty sure he's bringing Mega Swampert because that hits really hard. It hits most of my Mons strongly, and those it doesn't can be hit by Zapdos. Ferrothorn's a very nice wall, especially on a rain team, so my 1 fire type can't really do much to hit it. And yeah, I wasn't really sure what his 6-mon was going to be. Right? 6-mon. Yeah, because of Pelipper. Yeah, so I was uncertain about that. But I decided to prep for a hard rain, willing to bet he wasn't going to go half and half on this. So, this Latias set is strange, but I built it as a dedicated lead against his team. First off, the main thing this is built around is Sunny Day. The fact that I lead it, and if he leads Pelipper, I can either click Thunderbolt if I think he is going to stay in, or I can click Sunny Day if I think he is going to hard switch out into something like, say, Zapdos, or whatever his answer to Latias is. He doesn't particularly have too many of them. Baton Pass is there to get out. Dry Pass is allowed in this league, and no stat boosts on Latias, so most of the time I will be absolutely fine to just click it and get out. Thunderbolt is there for Pelipper, and Pelipper exclusively. Latias is meant to shut down rain and do absolutely nothing else. And Recover is there so it can be a longer wall. Fully Spadef, so I can take Mega Swampert, unless it's carrying Ice Punch, which it can't really because it's got 4 move slot syndrome here. Mega Swampert can't touch me. Generally, Liquidation does do a fair bit, but I can beat it with Recovers and stall out the rain, or I can just click Sunny Day and make sure it doesn't get the boosts. Pelipper is easy to beat. Yeah. Next up, I have Rotom. Choice Scarf Rotom does pretty decent here. I wanted it in order to be able to basically Choice Scarf plus Trick in order to get out the Snorlax and the Ferrothorn, in order to make sure that they don't, cripple those two, so that they don't either Belly Drum or just sit in my face and set up Hazard, Leech Seed, Body Press, that thing. Volt Switch is a standard move. Thunderbolt's nice to hit, is pretty good stab. Hydro Pump hits really hard in the rain. He doesn't have too many great water switch-ins aside from Ludicolo, and especially defensive Hydreigon. And I already talked about Trick. Max Special Attack, because with these EVs, his speed tiers really aren't that great, so I can exploit the hell out of them. I have Archeops here, which heavy-duty boots because it's basically a necessity, aside from if I'm really needing the power or speed of Scarf or Band. Heat Wave is my best way to get rid of Ferrothorn. I'm hoping going into this that I can catch him off guard, that he won't expect Archeops to be my way to beat Ferrothorn. U-turn's nice because momentum. I'm hoping for a very momentum-focused game this time. With Baton Pass, Volt Switch, and U-turn on my first 3 mons. I've got most of the, I can keep the momentum going in my favor, hopefully without rain up. Dual Wind Beat's nice to hit most of his mons that aren't named Zapdos. And Stone Edge is there entirely for Zapdos. Next up, I have Kamala. Pretty standard AV set. This is my emergency Zapdos check as well as my removal. As you can see here, Kamala doesn't have the best matchup. It's not bad against Ludicolo, not bad against Zapdos with Rock Slide and stuff, but it's mainly here so that Ferrothorn can't Spike Stack me, and I have a way out of that. Rapid Spin, obviously for removal. U-turn to keep my momentum going. Woodhammer is there for Mega Swampert, so that, maybe I catch him off guard, thinking that Kamala can't do anything to it. And Rock Slide is there for the same reason, but for Zapdos. Honestly, going into this, I expected to click Rapid Spin once or twice, click U-turn, and use it as a nice pivot. Next up, I have Urshifu. Standard choice band set, hit things hard and, hit things hard and hit other things harder. Wicked Blow and Sucker Punch. Wicked Blow is nice for, that's when I'm clicking most of the time. Close Combat's there for Ferrothorn. And for Hydreigon, Sucker Punch is there for some nice priority. And U-turn is there so that I can keep the momentum going. I don't need to stop the pace of this game. And my final mon is Mega Venusaur. Giga Drain, Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, Toxic. Very defensive. This is my answer to basically all. It beats all of his physical mons except for Snorlax if it carries Zen Headbutt, and if it doesn't, it beats it then. Giga Drain is there for Mega Swampert, and so I have at least some recovery because Synthesis does not work particularly well in the rain. Leech Seed is there for the same reason, passive damage and health recovery. Sleep Powder is there to just mess up stuff. I didn't really need a 4th move. And Toxic is there so I can Toxic his mons, and in this case, especially Zapdos. As you can look at my team right now, Zapdos is a bit of a problem, but it's a bit of a problem for every member of my team. I had Palossand as a hard counter, except in rain. And then similar with Steelix. So Zapdos on rain specifically really destroys me. So this game, my goal was to get damage on Zapdos and Ferrothorn quickly, keep the rain out, and win with either Urshifu or Archeops, or potentially Rotom, depending on if Choice Scarf is needed or not. Looking at the team screen, I'm relieved he did not bring Hydreigon, because this team also is not great against Hydreigon. But I am curious to see the Ludicolo here. It's not like I didn't expect it. I knew it was a possibility, but it's not at the forefront of my mind. I didn't think it matched particularly well against my team. But aside from that, Zapdos I 100% expected. Same with Mega Swampert, Pelipper, and Ferrothorn. Mimikyu, uncertain. I wasn't quite sure what it was, why he brought it. Looking at it, I expected SD, Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, and Shadow Claw. Potentially swapping out either Play Rough or Shadow Claw for a coverage move, but most likely I expected Dual Stab, Priority, SD. Let's see how the game went. So right here, I let off my game plan. I expected him to just go hard out, but I set up Sunny Day and that works. Here, I Baton Pass right into Venusaur, expect him to, do something. Venusaur can take whatever. Here I click Toxic, fully expecting him to go Zapdos, and I was very correct, and I'm very happy with this turn so far. Here I go and figure out right now that he is offensive Zapdos. This is going to be his big damage dealer early in the game, and that relieves me, both because he's not defensive, so it's easier to break through, but it's also a pain for me to switch into. As you can see, it did 32% to one of my 2 specially defensive mons, so it's going to be rough. But Toxic is nice, and I go into Ferrothorn. I click Recover just to play safe. Baton Pass out to Kamala, expecting him to get spikes or rocks up. He does that, U-turn out. I expected him to swap out, truthfully, but I body press. He body presses, which is actually, I didn't expect it. I expected him to get spikes up or swap out, but it works for me, I took the advantage. I realized at this point I don't have a great body press switch in. I had Megavino, but Megavino is already expected to do so much this game that I can't rely on it too much, especially when it can't recover against Ferrothorn. That grass typing is going to be a pain. But I Volt Switch out here, and I go into Archeops. And here, I just want to get some damage, see if I can kill it. Stone Edge misses, which is unfortunate. However, I get Heat Wave. This was a slight roll. It was a 75% chance right now. However, if the Stone Edge hit, it would have killed anyway. So, a bit of bad luck followed by a bit of good luck. This point in the game, I'm very happy. I'm doing great. Here, I think, he expects me to Stone Edge here to give him a free switch into Swampert, but I can't do that. Free switch into Swampert is bad. I don't want Venu to take any more damage than it has to. So, I go in here. He goes Flip Turn, which is nice. He reveals he's got that. And I'm pretty sure I click Giga Drain. I click Leech Seed as a sort of general purpose tool. Here I go into Kamala as my, emergency switch in. I need to preserve Latias for a bit. Kamala gets a bit of health. And pretty sure here I click... I die. I'm pretty sure I click Woodhammer in case he's silly and makes a mistake. Here, Ludicolo, I mess up. I go Megavinu. I absolutely should have gone Latias. I should have gone Latias and clicked Sunny Day. Get that, force the Pelipper back in, KO it with Thunderbolts, and win the game after I get a Sunny Day up. But I make a mistake. I see a Grass type, and I go Megavinu. This does a lot more than I expected it to. I was not calcing for Ludicolo. I very much should have, because that did a lot, and I panic here. This is the part where I basically throw the game. I stay in instead of going Latias again. And here, I panic. I sack Rotom, which, all things considered, isn't the worst sack, because I was panicking, but not great. I go Urshifu. I click Sucker Plunge in order to get the kill. I had no other choice at this point. Mimikyu, I go into Archeops. I expect him to SD here. I'm not sure why he didn't. I'm not sure if he didn't have SD. But, again, this right here basically makes Archeops useless. I click Dual Wing Beat to see if I can just break and get a bit of damage, but it doesn't work. Play Rough, Mimikyu instantly kills me. At this point, I think I lost the game. However, turns out Venu is a lot stronger than I expected it to. And I take a Shadow Sneak. Urshifu here. At this point, I'm like, oh, okay. I might have a shot. Urshifu was really bulky, but Pelipper comes in, and I'm like, oh, okay. Game over. He clicks Scald, he clicks whatever, but he U-turns. And this is where he throws the game. I threw the game earlier by going Megavinu instead of Latias. Here he throws the game by clicking U-turn instead of a special attack. I talked to him after the game, and he did not realize quite how bulky Urshifu is physically. So this right here was just a fluke. I got lucky. However, this right here lets me take a waterfall from Swampert. And again, this also is part of me getting lucky. He has waterfall instead of liquidation, which I'm not sure if that was if he purposefully chose that, but if he did not, then again, that was me getting lucky. That 5 extra base power definitely would have killed me. But here I go in and I click Sucker Punch Wicked Blow. I click it and I get the kill. Definitely not my best game. Ultimately, I think until Ludicolo came in, I think I actually played very well. However, mid to late game, I essentially my play dropped drastically. I started panicking, but I'll definitely do much better, considering this is my first game back into Mons in basically a year. I think I played pretty well, especially in the early game. I'll try to keep recording my games throughout the rest of the season. No guarantee, especially later on in the season, but I'll try to do so to at least give you guys my thoughts on it. Alright, see you later.